Hello, everybody, and welcome to Industry Exchange. My name is Megan Jones. Thank you guys for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If you guys want to keep along with what we're doing today, hashtag Raw Artists, hashtag Industry Exchange. You can follow along. And we are going live today to discuss intellectual property, including trademark, copyrights, all that fun stuff. So I hope you guys are really excited about this, because I know I am. I know nothing about law in any sort of way except how not to get in trouble with the law. But joining us is attorney at law, Natalia Aranovich. She started Aranovich Law Firm, which helps creatives like yourselves build strong brands and business. So if you guys want to learn more, we'll have that link for you. AranovichlawFirm.com is where you can check her out. So Natalia, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to have you here today.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Megan, for having me here. And thank you, Raw Artists, for the amazing work you've been doing. You've independent artists.
We're trying.
I think that's great. Yeah. I've been following your events and everything. It's amazing. So a little bit about myself. My name is Natalia de Campos Aranovich. I'm originally from Brazil. I practiced law in Brazil 15 years before moving here to the United States, and I used to practice intellectual property and business. So I have also, my background is a little bit diverse.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I have a background in branding, marketing, and business.
Okay.
Yeah,
so how did those, I guess, that's what kind of led you then to helping creatives, since you had that bit of background?
Yes, I'm considering myself a creative as well. Okay. And I always had this question, like how a lawyer can be creative, because you have to think inside the box sometimes when you're a lawyer. So I found my answer when I learned about intellectual property.
Oh.
The majority of my clients, they're starting their business, they have an idea, and I help them organize their thoughts. So, okay, I have an idea. What I have to do? I have to protect my idea. Do you want to form a business, like a business entity? So what's the right business entity for you? So they are in the brainstorm process. So I help them organize legally their ideas and protect their ideas.
Okay, awesome. So when should an artist, I guess, at what point in their idea, how far along do they need to be where they should maybe come speak to you?
Yes, I think they need to come to speak with me or learn about how to protect their ideas right after they have an idea.
Okay.
Because what happens is a lot of people that come to me, they already had an idea, they share with other people, they share with investors, and they want to start their business, they want people to help them, and you don't have anything protected. So people can copy their idea, copy the brand, copy their, their photograph, and use their ideas to create something. So I think they need, right after they have the idea, try to talk to a lawyer or learn a little bit about how to protect. If it's a copyright issue, you can go to the website, the copyright.gov. They have a lot of material. If it is a brand or you have like invention, you can go to the USPTO website. It's United States Patent and Trademark Office. Okay. So they have videos. The videos are super fun.
Okay.
And it's pretty easy to learn. So before you share your idea with someone, be sure you are aware of your rights.
Okay.
And if you you don't want to go to the USPTO website, or you don't feel like going to the copyright, try at least to have an NDA, a no disclosure agreement. So at least if you're gonna share your idea, you are sure that, okay, I'm protecting my idea and no one is gonna copy.
Okay, so my next brainstorming session, I'm busting out the NDAs, guys, and you guys are all gonna sign them. I got a lot of good ideas up here. So, okay. Are there issues that are unique to, I guess, to creatives or to art law that you don't come across in other industries?
Yes, I think the most common thing is creativity.
Okay, creativity.
Yeah, because creatives, they can be very creative, and sometimes they need to understand that they have an idea and they think that's everything.
Right.
So that's not everything. You need to protect your ideas, like I said, first before sharing with anyone and finding investors or dealing with other people. Yeah, so make sure you protect your ideas. So they're very creative, and I love that field. Mm-hmm. I love to deal and understand the process of thinking. And it's different sometimes because business is business. But creatives, they are more emotional, they're more sensitive, so it's very unique to work with them.
What do you think, I guess, are there more common legal challenges that you see, and what preventative steps can an artist take or a creative take?
Yes, like I said before, registration. I think that's the preventive step, because I have a lot of people that come to me, they decided to go to the USPTO website, that is where you register a patent or a trademark. They saw the videos and they say, okay, I can do this by myself. But they forget that they need to do research first. Okay, there is already something similar. Is there a likelihood of confusion if the brand that I chose, if something else there is already in the market? So they don't do that research. And they create a product. Let's say I create my beauty product and I have this brand. So I'm start selling it. And I file for the trademark registration. And later on, I found out that I can have register because there's like a similar brand in the market.
Okay.
That I was not aware of.
Okay.
And the same thing like with, if you create a movie, a song, wrote a book, or took photographs, like you can file for registration with the Copyright Office.
Okay.
And let me just be clear about one thing here. United States, you are not required to file for registration or to have the registration in order to have the right. What the registration does is create a presumption that you are the owner of the brand. And gives a public notice to everyone. Okay, that's my brand, I own the brand.
Yes.
But if you don't file for registration, what happens is like later on, someone is going to start using your brand or your trademark. So you have to prove that you are the first one using the trademark in commerce. And this is a lot of time and money.
Ooh, yeah.
So that's why registration is very important.
So that's like digging back through your emails, trying to find some sort of thread to kind of, so always smart to register kind of no matter what off the bat.
If I have a brand, like trademarks are for products and service, right? If I create a product like this mug, I'm going to put... we have a question there, and I'm going to answer
We have a question from the audience.
A question from the audience, and I'm going to answer right now. So, but first I'm going to talk about brands. And I created this product, and what the brand does is differentiate my product from the other products in the market. Okay. Why I'm going to buy this mug and not the other one? Because this one has a brand that I know, I saw on TV, I saw advertisements. And also for service. Okay. If I provide some type of service, I can have a trademark for my service. So distinguish products and services in the market. Copyright protects an idea. Okay. And every time that this idea can be expressed in something tangible, like I can touch, I can see, then I have copyright. So we have one question for the audience saying if it's necessary to register music on copyright.gov. It's necessary if you want to protect, like I said, if you want to create a presumption that you are the owner of the music. Okay. So, that does, in the future, if someone like copy your music, say the lyrics or something, so I say, no, I created
that. Was me.
That was me. Because imagine, like, if you don't have the registration, we're going to go to your friends, to your notes, to your papers, who you spoke with, what meetings you did. So that's, the copyright's going to help that.
Wow. Another question, great question from the audience here. How to license art while continuing to hold rights to my work? That's a really great question. How do you go about that?
Because you can have, you can assign your rights. Okay. Or you can license for a period of a term.
So what does licensing necessarily mean to somebody who doesn't?
License is like you let someone else use your idea, use your work. But if you assign the rights, then you give the rights to someone else. Yeah. So you have to be very, if you're going to sign a contract or something, if you see assign, you are giving all your rights. Ooh, yes. So see if it's like a license, you can license for a specific term let's say 1 year. For a specific media, like just for Instagram.
1 year you have the rights to this photo I'm allowing you to use it.
Yeah, and I keep the rights to myself.
Yeah. So my next question is, at what point, I kind of alluded to this earlier, but at what point, I guess, in an artist's career, should they speak to a business lawyer?
When they have the idea. Because sometimes you have the idea and your idea cannot even be protected. Mm-hmm. So you start like invest your time and money mm-hmm. in something that already exists mm-hmm. or there's no protection.
Okay. So if I'm a visual artist, let's say, I haven't really honed my, what I'm doing until I'm maybe 2 or 3 years into it, but I finally have found, okay, I'm really great at creating pictographs. I know that this is my idea. This is what I'm going. Then I need to come talk to someone like you.
Yes. Or like I said, there's a lot of resources online
on the website.
Yeah, on the website on the copyright.gov and uspto.gov.
uspto.gov. uspto.gov, you guys go there.
For trademarks and patents.
For trademarks and patents. Okay. I'm learning so much. This is insane. And I don't even need to, maybe, I don't know. I am a wealth of ideas. That's true. So, so for those that, again, we work with indie artists, typically in the first 10 years of their career. A lot of them might be afraid. They are thinking, a lawyer, oh my gosh, that's got to be expensive. I can't imagine the cost of something like that. What's kind of your advice in that realm? How should you kind of work around that, or advice to creatives?
Yeah, I think like when you have an idea, the first thing you need to do, and that's like when I talk to my clients, I love to see them like get empowered by information. Mm-hmm. You have to go out there and inform yourself of your rights. Like if you're afraid to talk to a lawyer is not going to bite you. You can talk to the lawyer.
She doesn't bite, guys. I promise.
Yes, I know people sometimes are afraid. So there's a lot of lawyers that offers like first free consultation because you have to see actually if the client's a good fit for you. Yeah. You can search online. And you can learn how to do also yourself through the uspto.gov website or the copyrights.
Okay.
So, and they are very explanatory. What they have how to file. You can do it, and you can do everything online.
Okay.
You don't need to go to the office, and mail it. Yes, and I love when clients come to me and they are well informed. Yeah. So they help me a lot. Yeah. Because you need to be like I said, what I like the most about being a lawyer is like sometimes the client comes to me, they have this idea, they seem like weak, they don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. And when you give the information to them, they feel powerful. Yeah. Okay, I can do this, I'm gonna move forward. So go out there and find the information you need. And I didn't say anything about patents because that's not my expertise. Mm-hmm. You have to have a background in an engineer or something like that. It's not only being an attorney that helps. But patents are for inventions. Like if you create something new or you adapt, let's see, I invent this new chair that is completely different the way you see it. And you can also have design patents. Oh. So that works for furniture, for packaging.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. You can get the package, but you can also get a trademark for packaging as well.
Is watermarking visual works enough, or do you need lawyer for a copyright? So they're asking if just watermarking the photos is enough, or do they need to kind of go above and beyond that?
Yes, like I said, watermark it's good. You can put a watermark in your photo, for example, but imagine that someone else has the same photo. Mm-hmm. You have to prove that you took first.
Okay.
So then when it becomes time consuming and expensive. Yeah. And why registration it's very important. So at least you have a presumption, okay, that I file for registration, I have the registration. And I'm the owner or something, yes. Okay. It's less discussion about that topic.
Now, do they need to, in that case, are they registering every photo, or what are they registering in that aspect?
They can register the photo, or they can register the collective. It's a collection of pictures. Okay. Yeah, there's this option to register one thing and everything together.
Because I can imagine every photo I took. if I had to register that.
Yeah, and copyright, the filing fees are $35 to $55. It's
Okay.
Not, yeah, for trademarks, it's $225 to $125
Okay.
for a trademark.
Yeah, so you want to make sure you know what you're getting into. So what should an artist consider, or excuse me, when should an artist consider registering or incorporating their business?
Yeah, you form a business entity, become like an LLC or a corporation for mainly 3 reasons. First one is liability.
Okay.
Because you want to create an entity that is not your person. You create another person that becomes the entity.
Okay.
So that entity is liable for all damage or everything that happens, for paying the bills, and is separate from you.
Okay.
So that's one thing. And if you are in a risky business, that's a good thing to think about, forming a business entity. Another issue is tax issues.
Okay.
Yeah, so it depends of the entity you choose. You can, LLC, for example, you can be taxed as a partnership or a corporation. So, and goes also with the complexity of your business. If you're going to have a lot of employees, you are already working with a lot of people, then you want to form a business entity because you need to regulate how those relationships are going to be established.
Sure.
And you can deduct a lot of expenses also from the business for taxes purpose. Yeah. So, to summarize, if your business is too complex and there's a lot of people involved, you should think about forming a business entity.
Business entity.
Yeah, yes.
At what point, I guess, if I'm just an artist who, I'm freelancing with a bunch of different clients, but I'm starting to garner more exposure. What would I do if I'm just by myself? Is that where I would form an LLC or?
Yes, you have to think about liability and taxes. Also, if you have assets and you want to protect you want to protect your assets, that's because your business is one thing and your personal life is another.
Okay.
So you want to say, okay, do I need to protect my assets? Do I need to create this new entity? So you create, and a lot of people also create for branding purpose, because sometimes it's better, not for artists, because artists is their name is the most valuable thing.
Okay, I see. But if they're branding an actual
business,
yeah,
yes.
Okay.
Yes, because when you are you can have an LLC, a limited liability company with one person.
Okay.
That's okay. That's fine. And what happens is for tax purpose, you are not considered a separate entity. You are the same entity.
But the same.
Dealing with other people, you are the entity. But for tax purpose,
it's the same.
Yeah.
Is that the same as a DBA, doing business as?
No, DBA is just a nickname for yourself.
Oh.
If you are a person, okay, you file for a DBA, that's your nickname for you.
Okay.
And it's different than the trademark, because the trademark is the products or service that you are gonna offer.
Given.
Yeah, it's given, you are gonna offer into the market.
Okay, interesting. So that has no legal, it's just like a legal way of saying I can do business as this name.
Yeah,
Okay. So what is, I guess, the process for trademarking your brand and copywriting your original works?
Yeah, for trademarks, you go to the USPTO website, United States Patent and Trademark Office. You can do everything online. You have to do the research first. It's very important.
Research.
You can do a research on Google to see if there is someone else in the same industry as you, using that brand. And you also have to do a research on the USPTO database.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have a very broad research you can try to do on your own, but there's techniques for research, because you have to find likelihood of confusion with other marks. It's not the same mark. If there's something similar in sound, in appearance, then there is a likelihood of confusion. And the USPTO is not going to register a trademark. Yes.
Okay.
So research first, and then you file everything online. There's a form. And the examining attorney is going to analyze your application in 3 months.
Oh, wow, 3 months.
And
okay.
it's very fast. In Brazil, it takes 5 years. Here it's 6 months.
What?
Yes. Yeah. If you have the idea, but you are not selling your products or service yet for trademark, you can still file for registration.
Okay.
Under intent to use. So you can extend that until you actually have your product or start selling your service for about like every 6 months, maximum 3 years. So you filed in 3 months, the USPTO is going to analyze your application. If everything is good, okay, there's no likelihood of confusion, you don't need to do any disclaimer or anything, then they're going to send to publication. And you can expect like in 6 months to have your trademark.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
If there is something, they can say, okay, you need to adjust something. There's a description of the mark, or there's this likelihood of confusion. We are like intend to reject your application because there's a likelihood. Then you have to file a response, and then it can take like a year or so.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And copyrights. If you have like you wrote a book, you have a movie, a song, a photograph, a sculpture, a jewelry, then you go to the copyrights.gov. And for each type of like visual arts, movies, there's a specific form, and you can do everything online as well.
Okay, man. So if this is anything you get out of this, guys, it's do your homework and definitely get on this early, because it will take some time. I mean, three months to potentially approve, and then 6 months after that. So it can definitely take some time. Make sure you're doing your homework and getting those forms filled in. I can imagine there's a lot of gray area here, but can you describe the gray area between like drawing inspiration from someone's work and actually just completely infringing upon it?
Yes, I'm gonna talk about the one area that I love. It is fashion.
Okay.
Yeah, fashion. And we had a decision from the Supreme Court last year that was like very, like I'm gonna say amazing about this topic, because when I have, like, if the designer, he's going to create a collection. So he or she does the drawings. Mm-hmm. Those drawings can be sent to the copyright office and you can get copyrighted.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that someone can copy the clothes. Can make the clothes exactly like yours, the one that you did in the drawing.
Okay.
Because clothes are considered useful articles and they don't have copyright protection. That's why there is like the Zara, H&M, yeah, because there's no protection. There's a lot of debate regarding that, but that's something new. And last year, the United States Supreme Court decided that the design in the clothes have some protection.
The design does?
Yeah, like let's say it was a cheerleader uniform case, and there was those two brands, Varsity versus Athletica. And they had these chevrons, the stripes, and everything designed in their outfit, like the cheerleader uniform, and someone copied the design. So for the first time, the Supreme Court decided the design are copyrighted.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the other company cannot
produce.
Cannot produce, yes, and it's a copyright infringement.
How can we we're getting a question from the audience, guys, as we're wrapping up this episode. How can we place copyright correctly?
You have to find a specific form for your idea.
Okay.
So go to
copyright.gov. So we're not sure if they're asking where to place the actual copyright symbol, maybe.
Oh,
Can that be placed anywhere?
Yeah, like you have to have a description. It's going to depend on the type that a copyright you are filing to. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have to have a description of what is copyrighted. You have to put the sign. And
wrapping up here as we talk about what resources and things, you said copyright.gov, you said USPTO, that's for trademarks or for patents and trademarks. Any other, I mean, we're giving Google a lot of credit here too, but any other online resources or books or anything that you would recommend as like a legal crash course for creatives?
Yeah, I think you were good to go with those two websites because
that's a good starting point.
And they contain all the information you need.
Okay.
And it's very easy to understand. Like the videos, they make fun. There's like, and actually, there is like, I thought he was an actor, but he's actually the attorney at the USPTO.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and he was the one playing the videos. He's very funny. And I met him once when I went in an event for the USPTO. Uh-huh. Oh, you were the actor? No, but he was the attorney for the USPTO. So, yeah, it's easy to understand, and they are fun. They are not, like, boring or anything.
Yeah.
And with the copyrights, there's a lot of reading.
Yeah.
So try to find the form that is like most correct for like that is to your idea, because you have several forms. Like for visual arts, there's one, and it's different.
It's different for everybody. Okay, cool. So what key piece of advice do you have for aspiring artists? You know, I guess in regards to a career and building their business and business planning.
Yes, I think the first thing they need to do, because you are an artist, you have an idea. That's
the jumping off point.
An idea means intellectual property protection. So find out if there is any way you can protect your ideas. That's the starting point for everything.
Okay.
And also, like if you're an artist, you need to brand yourself. So branding is very important.
Branding is important.